Good morning, Mrs. Vaz.
Good morning, Cliff, and good morning, my East Portland family.
Well,
Maker.
good morning. Well, one of those family members not happy that
Cliff.
the situation in Port Antonio has not been improved where the reliability and supply of water is concerned.
Well, the first thing I'd like him to do is to give him a number to call or send his number somewhere to you because I need to see where exactly that is that he's talking about. The number is 266-111. Every complaint or query that I hear about, Cliff, whether it is good, bad, or indifferent, I investigate it. So I would like him to get in touch with my office so that we can come and visit him today or later tomorrow.
Give me the number again, please.
266-111.
Oh, 41.
Yes. So
266-1111.
Mm-hmm.
All right, caller, you can do
Call.
that. Yes.
We will, and give me his information.
Mm-hmm.
Sort him out because he's a part of my family, whether he's cussing me or not.
Very well, very well. But what is the situation generally?
To this situation, I'd just like to send my sympathies out to all Jamaicans who are affected during this terrible flood. Man, has been a disaster for so many families. I'm happy that Portland was spared the brunt of it. But man, the damage, my heart goes out to them. So let us get back now to this situation here.
Well, before you go back to the situation, because we have been trying to reach the mayor of Port Antonio, because we got a call, I think it was from Nephew, a couple of weeks ago, that we missed the story that unlike previous weather events, Port Antonio would have been flooded. And that didn't happen this time round. Yeah? Is that so? Port Antonio wasn't flooded during the recent heavy rains?
No, we didn't get flooded out.
Why?
You know, Cliff, I set about to clean up this town because I can't bring investors in a town that is not clean. And so my first order of business as caretaker and then member of parliament was to start the beautification, and that included the drains. I listened to the people and they told me of some drains that have never been cleaned in over 10 years. So as soon as the government gave us extra money, right, we did an extensive drain cleaning program that's ongoing in collaboration with the PMC here. And we cleaned two of the main drains, one by the Singer store and another one by Bone Brook. And in the Singer store, we took out 20 loads, big truckload of debris out of the Singer drain, which is right in the town. And the same thing with the Bone Brook. I pleaded with TDP because Portland is a tourism destination, and we got funds from them and cleaned the Bone Brook drain, and we took out about 8 truckloads of those 2 drains. So the water comes down into the hill, and then these 2 drains being blocked would cause the town to flood out. In addition, we kept up cleaning up drains. Every cent that was given to us was spent on drain cleaning. And not only that, you know, Chris, nobody not cleaning no drain for this girl, and I don't go and look on it myself, you know. You can't tell me that you clean the drain. I am going to go to my drain and see that what I pay through the CDF or through the government grants is spent properly. Supervision.
So hold on there. You put on your jeans and you go down and make sure the drain clean.
The drain, I walk under the road and everything. I have a reputation in this constituency that if you get Anne-Marie Ball's work, they don't call me that. If you get Mumma work or Action and work, I do it good because she can look money.
What do you call it, Mumma?
Mumma. I love it, you see? Mumma. When me passing in the town, you know, all of me young men, them, whether them a rub them hand middle and a shout out, ball out, Mumma!
Mumma.
Hey!
A browning like you, they call Mumma.
Mumma, me did my dear, and me love the name.
It's funny. So you go down into the drains and make sure you get value for the government money.
And if a road them a repair, me on top of this road a look. And if it's erecting a shed, a bus shed, I am there. Nothing is done in this constituency, and these two eyes don't look on it. Nothing.
Oh, so you're gonna learn about road construction and what to look for?
Yes, because my project manager was on one of the roads in St. Elizabeth that to this day, when it was installed, up to now the road don't move. So he knows about road construction. But you know, Cliff, I don't look on my road down here or what I'm doing as politics, you know. This is a business for me. And my business has to be successful.
Oh.
So I clean drains across 30 communities and the main ones in the town. And I beautify and I build bus shed and I build skips.
Yes.
Because I have a slogan and it is the hashtag and it's clean and green.
Yes.
And I'm determined. I hear people complain about the colors of my skips, garbage bin. And I to them, let me ask you something. You have one ugly garbage bin in your bedroom or in your bathroom? I said, Portland is my home, you know. So I want to see pretty skips, and when people say pretty skips, then put them garbage in there.
Oh. So what colors do you use in the skips?
Black, green, and the gold. Black
Jamaican colors.
Right. Oh. And I use the same variation on my bus shed. Because there's no prettier color than the black, green, and gold.
Hold on for my Mumma. Yeah, we need to take a break and come back, Mumma. Hold on. Talking with the Member of Parliament for Eastern Portland. Her name is Anne-Marie Mumma Vaz. She tells me that's what her constituents call her. Out of respect, not a disrespect, not a diss. They call her Mumma. Yes? And she is relating how she gets a job done as Member of Parliament in East Portland. By the way, Mrs. Vaz,
yes?
the caller who called us left his name and number, Mr. Pottinger. So when we are finished, don't hang up, and my producer will give you his number. Yeah, he's Mr. Pottinger, right? So you can reach out to him after we finish. But back to the issue of water in the town of Port Antonio. Yes.
When I am here, first of all, nobody has to tell me about the water situation in East Portland, you know. For over 20 years, I've had a home here. And since 2018, I've moved down here permanently. I go to Kingston to go to Parliament. I was hoping to kind of balance it out since the election, but there's too much to be done, so I'm still down here full-time. I'm coming for Parliament. So
hold on there. You live in East Portland now? Full-time?
From September 2018.
Oh. So you just go to Kingston for Parliament?
I never used to go in except if there's something in, but since I'm a member of Parliament, I go in on a Monday, and then I come back down on a Wednesday morning. And last week when he was saying he didn't see me, no, let me tell you something. You see if my people don't see me, Cliff, God have mercy. If they don't see me for 1 week, it's like they don't see me for 1 month. Last week was the first time since months, since the election, months before and since the election, that I've taken 1 week where I didn't come down here because I went to do my mammogram, all the things that I'm carrying my women from Portland to do their mammogram. I went to do my mammogram and my pap smear and do all my checkups and my appointments. I took last week just to do that. And ladies, please remember your mammogram and your pap smear. Please, please, please.
Very important.
Last week was the only week that I was not here 1 day, no, the entire week. When I came here, the water situation was bad, and I set about to put $4,000 gallon tanks in Lighthouse and Chateauba. Now, there is a housing development, non-such scheme, that had pipes laid for 10 years and no water was in the pipe. So we set about with Member of Parliament, God rest his soul, Doc,
Mm-hmm.
and Minister Vaz came down and we did an extensive tour and we spoke about the issue of Norris Heights not getting any water in their pipes for over 10 years. Out of that visit, Norris Heights began to get water once per week. Now, the well that supplies that water is at Grant's level, is the same well that supplies the town. So what, in order for the residents, and it's a big housing development, what the Water Commission does is turn off the water in the town so that they can get 1 day a week water up in Norwich Heights. That situation, no, the solution for that situation is that the National Water Commission is drilling 2 wells at Grant's level to take care of that. But the thing is, for people to get water 1 day a week, 1 day per week, you cannot imagine the difference, because they get to fill their tanks and they get to do their washing and every little thing that they couldn't do. And so the town would just have to understand that that is the situation, because I have to balance this thing so that everybody gets a little piece of something. We have distributed 400 gallon tanks across the constituency. We have done about 20,000 gallon tanks in different communities. For example, in Commodore, I increased it by 2. In Blackrock, we put 2. So we put it, and Cliff, let me tell you something. Breaks my heart to see the lines of containers around these water tanks when the water trucks come. But we have spent over $6 million already from 2019 with trucking of water to the areas affected, because Portland, for the first time in history, faced a drought situation.
Yes.
Right? And this was not only specific to Portland. Our wells went dry. And I'm surprised that the town is having an issue, because when I called Water Commission, they just wanted to know where this was and explain that. We remember Mr. Val, that we have to cut off the supply nourish. Now, subsequently, we have done in January, the Minister Furniture Jr. came, and we went up to Cornwall Bar, and the whole entire water system at Cornwall Barracks was upgraded for $35 million. And that is done now, and we are laying pipes to take that water system all the way to Berrydale. Right?
Yes.
When in the by-election in 2019, Mayor Williams from Kingston came upon the Stony Hill water supply system that was not in use. He got his people and we started some repairs on it, and I got funding from my donors back during that time. And we fixed the well there, and for the first time in over 15 years, people in Stony Hill started to get water. I saw videos of that people made of them building with under pipe for the first time in decades, in over decades, right? It was a big thing. One man bathing with him Irish body wash, saying that he couldn't bathe with it before he must get running water.
Yes. So,
and also went to Ranch Hill. No, we got donations to do that, and it was almost $500,000 to fix that. That was in the hands of a benevolent society. And what I did was I called a meeting with Parish Council, with Water Commission, with the society, and I said to them, look here, it's obvious that this is bigger than you, and I am suggesting that this water system that the benevolent society is responsible for be turned over to the Water Commission.
yes.
Was done. Water is going along, and can I tell you that twice the system was vandalized. One, They burned the wire to the pump.
Wow.
I repaired that out of pocket for $200,000. The second time that was done, it was more than me. It was an extensive file, and the repairs involved JPS and Water Commission.
But why would anybody do that though? Because it serves the community. Why would anybody do that? Were you able to get to the bottom of it?
It's the side of politics that I don't dwell on, because I don't focus on the negative.
Oh.
I just focus on the positive, and I don't get into the cascade about who do what. I just don't understand it, because where the fire is set is not somebody doing any field. Where it is set is a gully side. And let me tell you something. If you look on my social media, I had the fire brigade up there. It was an extensive fire. No. That pump, what we did was rural, I call it rural water, and rural water is building a solar pump now. So that no matter what happens, unless they go to the pump itself and blow it up, we won't have that as an issue. Plus, solar is in keeping with my clean and green aim in East Portland. That's been done.
You said
that water that is supplying Ranch Hill and Stone Hill right now, we want to take it to Lighthouse and Chatova and Springbank. So that is a work in progress right there.
All right, we're up on our next break. Hold the line first, please.
Cliff Hughes online.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright.
We're talking with a member of parliament for East Portland, Anne-Marie Vaz. So, the situation in Port Antonio is still a work in progress where water is concerned, Mrs. Vaz.
Yep, and I want to also talk about 3 others that are in progress right now. Anchovy Land Settlement by Johnstone. We just laid pipe ahead of road work because, I'm not having no road laid down, and nobody come back and dig up my road, Right? So I ensure that, 1, we are working, and let me just take this minute to just thank my agencies here in East Portland. All my agencies, Water Commission, Road, Portland Municipal Corporation, all of them. I was chairman of the DAC in 2017. Portland was the most successful DAC. Reason being,
that's a Development Action Committee.
All my government agencies work together for the greater good of the citizens here.
What is a DAC?
Destination Assurance Council. That was in 2016 when Ed Bartlett came back on. We have 6 DACs across that takes care of the tourism resort areas.
Okay. So,
and then I had a good working relationship with them.
So you coordinate with the Works Agency and the Water Commission,
right?
So them do have to come back and dig up the road after you fix it.
It's for me road, and I don't want no road look ugly. Everything is my something, and I want it like it's my own personal thing I'm doing. So we put that pipes are laid, and the road is being covered, so that when the water system is up and running, you don't have them digging up the road, so we lay pipes for it.
All right.
So that's kind of coordination that is happening,
Very
and
well.
that things are getting done in this country.
What about Wi-Fi? And Port Antonio was notoriously bad.
Look here.
And I remember you making...
I just had a visit 2 weeks ago with the contractor, and I was assured by Daniel Dawes a few days ago that what was delayed by the coronavirus will be a reality before the end of this month. Wi-Fi, one of the biggest systems ever put into a town, is being put in Portland. And in hindsight, now all the towns will have to be upgraded to this level, the level that we are getting here. And the minister in charge of Wi-Fi, Minister Darrell Vaz, is tasked to put in Wi-Fi in all of the major communities, and that is something that I think will be rolling out in a few weeks. And let me tell you something, I am on him like a white on rice about the Wi-Fi, because guess what happened?
Well, he wouldn't mind that.
Oh, Jesus, please, before I went into politics, everything that bothered me, I used to post him, you see? So I said, you know what, Miss Cat, me tired for us. Let me go try to change it myself.
Yes.
Here I am. Anyway, the Wi-Fi affects me on a daily basis. One of the very first things that I did as caretaker was to call the two major telecommunications companies in this country to say, hey, this not going to work. I hear about all kind of problems and, the ongoing problems with the Chinese and the area. But we have to move forward now.
Yes.
And I always look on the positive, no matter what happened to me in life. Even if I lose every single thing, I have to just give God thanks for my life. I find something to be thankful for. One of the benefits, one of the good things that came out of the coronavirus is that what should have been done decades ago is being done now. Wi-Fi is the children having access to Wi-Fi and being equipped and having tablets. It's like exercise book and pen back in the day for me.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right?
You said something at the top of the program, which I made a mental note of. You said that you can bring investors into a dirty town. Yes? How is that effort going to get people to invest in the town?
So all my business people in the town didn't have the damage that they would normally have before because of the cleaning of the drain. And you know what I noticed, Cliff, in 2018 when I closed off my year as caretaker, I did extensive work on a beach in the town that they call Action Beach now, and putting benches and clean up the area where people now sit and eat and drink in the night. And that got other people along the strip started to clean up their town. It just takes one person to start,
Yes.
Now everybody that Christmas was fixing up. And subsequent to that, everywhere I go to do something, I put the mural in the town. And across from it, when Ministry of Tourism gave us the $2 million the other day, I am putting in a gazebo where people can sit down. The mural is there. You can sit down. We don't have places where kids can sit, or the elderly can sit, or my youth can sit. Putting in a gazebo and beautifying the place, because my aim, one of the reasons why I started my One Jamaica Foundation is that when I drop my kids at their school in Kingston and I come to East Portland or West Portland specifically back in the day, the kids were in classrooms that were hot and dark. How you dream and aspire in surroundings like that? People want to say why I'm first of all, they are complaining about me spending the money over by the gazebo development, why I didn't use the money to do X, Y, and Z. What they don't understand is I come into politics with my good name, and I come right back out with my good name, I cannot take money that was given by TPD Co to beautify a town and use it for any other purposes, because the first thing they're going to say, she's one more corrupt politician. Right?
Yes.
When I get the money, I use it wisely. And what always happens, wherever I choose to beautify with these additional funds, people around us automatically upgrade themselves.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you something, Anne-Marie Vaz. Where do you get this energy from?
I love it, you see. I love it. Every day, I love it. I love to see that this was like that and it changed now. This is my home. I don't look at it as politics. I envision what is happening to me now. So when I moved back down in 2018, and the second week of living down here, I sat on my balcony and I look out at the sea and I started to cry. And every time I talk about it, I get emotional. Because I am a country girl. And it's almost, my life came back full circle. And I'm right where I belong. Right? And so this is my home. I had planned that when my last child retired, when my last child left home for school,
yes,
I was going to retire in Portland full time. This is my plan. It just got fast forward because of circumstances beyond my control. My daughter went away to school earlier. Everything opened up for me to come here, This was no plan of mine. I would want to say that I'm an accidental politician. This was no plan of mine. The people know what I'm about, and the people called for me. And I did my research, and I saw that this is what they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
They want somebody that they know. They know me.
Mm.
Right?
So,
and they want that care about them. And I view my constituency the exact way I view my own home.
mm-hmm.
What needs to be done?
Mm-hmm.
The people in my home are happy. You can't come into my home and know who works for who,
Mm-hmm.
I often tell a story that one of my nannies, I went to her and said, okay, let us go in the garden to do something. And she said, right now, I'm watching my show. You don't have to know which show it is. The Indian show where everybody stop and watch.
Yes.
She tell me that she can't come with me right now because she's watching her show.
Mm-hmm.
So, when I hear a caller calling and cussing and can't get me, I don't just brush it off, because it's a part of my family. So I want to find out, and I this is how I take my constituency. This is my home, how my home look. It must have good road, must have water, everybody must have opportunities, and most importantly, people want to see me because I bring joy. I don't come with sorrow and misery. People have hope in this constituency that there is somebody who is going to do something, and not only do something, but somebody who is doing something every single day for their betterment. They know that.
Yes. You said you're a country girl and your life has come full circle. Yeah? Was it South Manchester you were born and raised?
Right in the house.
Duff House, yes.
Born in Mandeville Hospital and go right in the house. Went to Hampton School, walked 3 miles to school and back. 3 miles to catch the bus. Initially, when I was in basic school in Bull Savannah, I used to walk from the house to Bull Savannah up a hill in the night and come back home.
Oh. Mm.
And I wouldn't change my life for nothing.
Mm. But this gives you a lot of fulfillment now.
100%. I mean, there are days when, I want to tear out my hair because the truth of the matter is, Chris, it's serious. I have almost 50,000 family members here in East Portland.
Mm-hmm.
And when you divide 20 million into that, it's about 400. I have to help each person.
Mm-hmm.
When you look on people believe that MPs have money to do X, Y, and Z. The restrictions on the usage of your money and the monitoring that is being done by the head of CDF, and I must commend them. You have to do what it is, the money. 5 million that I have to go to education. I have no control over that. Mm-hmm. When you take out 5 million, and I don't only use 5 million, I use 5 million, probably 7 million, and I raise about 3-4 other million, and I still would need 3 times that amount of stuff to help my children. Mm. As it stands right now, I have over 6,000 students on pass and needy that need tablets in this constituency, and that is what my focus is on right now.
6,000?
Each of my children. Portland is one of the poorest parishes in Jamaica,
Mm.
Right? And my focus right now, and I'm appealing to anybody listening to me, if you have an old computer, a second one, or you want to donate one, I can give you the name of a child and you can directly hand it to them because I have the names. I have a list and I have every child that needs a laptop on a list. Mm-hmm. And every the school they attend and where they live.
So if you want to help those 6,000 kids in Portland, yes, they can reach you. They can reach out to you. 266-1111.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. And yes.
And that's my focus right now. After spending over 8 million on school fees and back to school
yes.
for my students. And as I said, there has been resistance to increasing the CDF. But let me tell you something. As a new MP and someone who is focused on the development of our people and parish, $20 million is a drop in the bucket.
Anne-Marie Vaz, good talking with you. You're a role model for aspiring politicians. Yeah? I don't know where you get the energy from, but boy, keep up the good work.
Blessings, Cliff. Thank you very much. It's the first time I'm going on a calling program, and I would not want it to be with anybody else. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're so kind. You're so kind. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Time for the break.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright.